What's up everybody, welcome to We Do Tech. Now it's a Monday, which unfortunately means it's time to go back to work, but it also means it's time for another tech news video where we go over all of the tech news that happened in the past few days, whether it's new hardware being released, rumors about some new hardware or anything else, and then also just stuff that happens inside the tech world. We take a look at that on these videos. But now with all of that being said, let's jump into today's tech news video right after this. Do you live in South Africa and want to get the best deals on all the latest gaming products? Well, Rebeltech is the best place to check out. They have a huge variety of peripherals, PC components, laptops, and just everything else you would need. So go check out rebeltech.co.za to get the products you are looking for at a low price. Starting off with our first topic, last week we did have the new Ryzen 2000 series launch with the 2700X, 2700, 2600X and the 2600, but there was no 2800X. With the first generation we did have the 1800X, which was the top of the range one, but with the Ryzen 2000 there was no mention of a 2800X until now, where Jim Anderson, AMD's Senior Vice President and General Manager of Computing and Graphics Business Group, hinted at a potential release of an even faster second generation CPU, namely of course the Ryzen 7 2800X, which potentially will come out later in the year. Now the reason AMD is holding on to that 2800X and bringing it later on in the year is because of Intel's rumored 8-core Coffee Lake CPU, which they will also be bringing out. So AMD wants to counter that 8-core Intel CPU with the 2800X, but AMD is going to have to push out a lot more to actually beat that 8-core, because as we know, currently Intel has only the 6 cores, but it is running at a much higher clock speed. So with the 2800X, either it's going to have to be like a 10-core CPU to take on the 8-core, or it's going to have to be an 8-core with a much higher clock speeds than the current 2700X and even the 8700K. So otherwise, it's not really going to take on that new 8-core Intel CPU, but we will later on see more detail coming out about this new 2800X and also more of Intel's 8-core CPU. But once more information comes out about the 2800X, I will let you guys know. Now for the next topic, like I mentioned again, the new 2000 series was released last week, which kind of means that the first generation is old now, and not a lot of people is really gonna go for the first generation Ryzen CPUs, just because you get more performance for not really that much more compared to the Ryzen 2000. But now what AMD decided to do is, instead of them selling each of the parts individually, they created the Combat Crate, where you would get a CPU, GPU and a motherboard in a single bundle. So for the CPU, you would either get a Ryzen 5 1600 or a Ryzen 7 1700 paired up with an MSI B350 Tomahawk motherboard and an MSI RX 580 Armor graphics card. Now the reason AMD is doing this is to help out some of the gamers that want cheaper prices for some of the hardware, because it is going to be a lot cheaper than buying all of the parts individually, and then also of course just to get rid of stock, because now with the Ryzen 2000, not a lot of people is going to buy the first generation of the Ryzen CPUs, only if it's really cheap. So this is a smart plan for AMD, and hopefully it is nowhere getting on prices, but hopefully it is a lot lower than if you would buy parts individually, and potentially they can later on do more stuff like this. We did also see this with the Vega launch, with the entire cryptocurrency mining craze going on, where they did bundle up with screens and motherboards and all of that, so you can get it a lot cheaper with all of the stuff and get some games as well, instead of buying the GPUs on their own. Now of course the first generation Ryzen is still plenty good enough if you want to productivity work or just gaming. So if you are on a budget and you want to you don't really want to spend that much money, then this would be a very nice option for you. So definitely check that out once it is actually released. And then as for our next topic, this is more focused for somebody who just wants the best of the best and doesn't really care about the cost. So Sharp has just released their new 70-inch 8K TV, which is retailing for a very nice 11,199 euros. So yeah, that's just a bit too much, honestly. But it is an 8K TV, which is going to look really awesome if you can get some 8K footage to actually play on it, which there's not really a ton of going around. If you do have like an 8K RED camera, then awesome for you, you can watch some of your own footage. But yeah, there's not really a ton of content going around for a TV of that high resolution. Of course, you will just be able to play standard 4K resolution footage, and it'll upscale to 8K, which will still look really cool, but honestly, just for the price and everything, yeah, it's not really going to be worth it. Just rather get like a 500-inch TV instead. Yeah, I think that will look better. But even though it's just way over the top, it is still really cool, and it was the same thing for 4K. Even 1080p wasn't the standard yet then, and 4K came out, so 8K we will potentially see a lot more 8K displays being released in the near future. And also this new 8K display is unfortunately not shipping to the US, so if you do live in the US, I'm sorry for you, you won't be able to get this TV. And then for us South Africans, yeah, don't get your hopes up because we probably won't ever get this. So yeah. And then as for our next topic, this is something that I did see a while back, but didn't really pay a lot of attention to it. And that is Alienware teaming up with the Hilton Panama to create a gaming hotel room. So there's a room 2425. It does have a nice view over the beach, but it does also have a 65-inch 4K OLED TV, an Alienware PC with a Core i7 7800, a GTX 1080 Ti, a Xbox One Elite controller, an Oculus Rift, an Alienware laptop hooked up to a 34-inch ultra-wide monitor, a gaming racing chair, an interactive RGB lighting, and also a cool Alienware beanbag chair. And then also you get 2 beds, which you probably won't use while you're there. And then as for the cost, it is going for a very nice $349 per night, which for some might not be too much. If you do have the money and you're heavy into your gaming, then that's going to be awesome for you. But yeah, for us normal people, it's a bit too much, I would think. But it is still very cool, and it does look like a totally cool gaming cave, and I would not mind to actually have something like that for myself, not just a hotel room, my entire room like that. It would look really, really cool. But now you guys let me know if you would like a room like this for yourself in your house. Honestly, yeah, again, that would look sick, and I would definitely not mind. And as for our next topic, it's nothing major, but I did like to showcase it to you guys. And that is of Modder bringing out a new 8K resolution mod for Skyrim. Now, we do know Skyrim does have a ton of mods, which just makes the vanilla game that much better, with new weapons, new areas, and just new better textures. And this new 8K mod really does make it pop and just looks so much better. And just honestly, I want to try it out, just reinstall Skyrim a bit and just try that mod out. Now it is 8K, which means you're gonna have to have a beast of a system to be able to run it, but I still want to try it out, even if it's just like at 5 FPS, because it's gonna look beautiful nonetheless. And then as for our last topic, it's not really tech related, but I did want to mention it because it is quite a big deal. That is of the death of Tim Bergling, or otherwise known as Avicii, at the age of 28. Now, currently, we don't have a confirmed report of the reason of his death. There are some information going around, but nothing has been confirmed as of yet. So just my best wishes to his family and friends going through this hard time. But now that's pretty much it for today's tech news video, ending it on a bit of a sad note. But I do hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, comment. And then also, if you guys have any other topics you want me to mention for tomorrow's tech news video, drop me a link in the comment section, or Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or also you can check out the Discord group linked in the video description, where you guys can interact with me and just some of the other subscribers and just have a very good time. But now that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys, and also, yeah, sorry, I forgot. Please like, share, comment if you did like this video, and yeah, now I will check you guys tomorrow with a new video. Cheers, guys.